Hey guys, Danny here. Welcome to the video. Today we're checking out Hohem's iSteady M7. This is an AI tracking gimbal, and I'm going to be giving you a quick overview on it before we jump into the rest of the video. Hohem did send this to me for free to review for you guys. And you might be wondering what I'm holding here in my hand. This is the controller that you can detach from the front of the gimbal. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do with it. So it has a live preview on the front, and that's coming from the camera on top of the gimbal, not from my phone. I can use the little joystick on here to adjust the left and right angle, and also up and down. And even cooler, I can highlight myself in the live view, and I can enable the AI tracking. Hopefully this should work this time, because it didn't earlier. So I can walk and talk to you guys, and oh, yeah, it failed. Hohem, this is your last chance. This is your last chance to prove yourself before I get into the rest of the video. So let's try and track myself again. Okay, here we go. So walking in circles in a field is not something I recommend. Someone with a phone will probably report you to some kind of social services. That'll be the end of your freedom. But hopefully that doesn't happen today, because I need to complete the rest of this video and make some money. Okay, that was your last chance, Hohem. So the AI tracking has broken again. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and
I'm really sorry about the audio in that last clip. I tried re-recording that several times, but there seemed to be some kind of interference, and the only other device I had in range was the gimbal. And these are both Hohem products, so I don't know if they were interfering with each other in some way, but I could not get rid of that audio issue, and I've never had it before with this microphone, so apologies about that. I still haven't mentioned the price of this product, coming in at £254.15. Bit of a weird number, but this is taken directly from Hohem's website. I was pleased to see, though, for this high price tag, you do get a very nice hardback case, which really I think you need to get for this kind of price range. So I'm very happy that they didn't give anything less. Now, we'll be talking more about the design in a minute, but my first impressions were very good. The product feels very high-end, has like a lot of soft touch finishes in a lot of areas, and it just generally looks and feels very high quality. There's also extra space in the box that it comes in, or the case I should call it. So if you do want to include some extra small pieces in here, they will definitely fit. And there's even a little netted section that you could put even more stuff in. So it's really nice that this isn't already full to the point where you can't add more stuff in. So that's a really nice bonus. This gimbal has quite a lot of features, including onboard AI, meaning it uses its own camera and not your smartphone. It also has a detachable touchscreen remote, can handle up to 500 grams. It also has a fill light with colors, a built-in extension pole, and it also has a pretty decent usage time, and the charge time is not too bad either. And when it comes to the design, as I mentioned earlier, this product does feel premium, especially its detachable front screen, which has a pretty nice indicator for when charging, showing the device's charge and also the remote's charge as well. As I mentioned earlier, none of the tripods I already own are compatible with this gimbal, so fortunately it does come with its own really small tripod that you can easily unscrew and screw into place, and it feels nice and sturdy and the same quality as the rest of the unit, having a kind of soft touch finish to the plastic. There's also pretty sturdy, nice clicky buttons for the pan, roll and tilt, and these are useful for when you just want to lock a certain position in place, or if you want to transfer the gimbal and keep it locked into place so it doesn't move around, especially if for some reason you're not carrying it in the case. There's a sturdy lever which is used to help balance your smartphone. Once you've placed it in, you can simply adjust this to the point where your smartphone doesn't spin and move around. It should stay balanced, and then you know you've got it in the right position. A nice feature this gimbal has is it doesn't rely on the software on your phone and the cameras in your phone, which is good for older smartphones. This uses its own camera, which can easily have its direction changed, and this means that it will work on board to process the AI tracking. But however, because the camera that's used doesn't seem to be very high pixels, this may cause some issues, I feel, which I did experience at some points during my tests. All of the buttons on this product feel really tactile and good quality. I don't think anything really feels cheap on this gimbal, which I'm pleased to report. As I said earlier, it does come in at quite a high price tag, but it definitely has that premium feel and look to it overall. Before we move on to further testing, I want to let you guys know I'm relatively new to gimbals, so I wouldn't take my feedback and opinions on this product as anything close to someone being an expert on gimbals. This is really just my general feedback and how I found using the product. I will put some links down below to some better videos on how to use this product and some people with slightly better experience with gimbals if you want to check those out. I'm going to demonstrate some of the controls you can do using this control panel on the front. This is going to be the first time I've actually tried this, so I may make some mistakes. What's really cool though is with this control panel we can actually pull it out and use it as a remote. So here's some really basic options you can do. If you turn the joystick to the left, you can see it's going to turn the gimbal. We can also go up and down. But there's a whole bunch more we can do as well. So with this button down here, we can use this little wheel and we can punch in so we can zoom, and we can also go back out again. We can do a half press on this button to focus the camera. Yeah, a full press does video. And if we press it again, it should stop. And then if we do a double press, that is going to switch from video to photo, hopefully. There we go. We can do a single click again. And we got a photo saved. And let's try changing it to the front facing camera, which is a triple press. 1, 2, 3. Now we're on the front facing camera. We've got the same controls. They're of course going to be inverted because the camera is facing the other way now. Let's do a photo. And then we'll double tap to switch the video. We'll do a video recording by doing a single tap. And then we can press it again to stop it. Another really cool thing about this controller is we can swipe over to the left and we'll get a real-time preview of what the camera is seeing. It comes up with no signal at first. It takes a little while to load in, but this is really cool because we get a good way of lining up the camera if we're not able to see our phone screen. And this will also work with the AI tracking as well. So if I go ahead and enable the AI tracking, it's now activated and you should see it's locked onto me on the camera. And again, if I go ahead and start moving around, you're going to see it's following me. I'd be interested to know what the range is on this controller, so I think I'm going to go ahead and test that now. Okay, so we've still got signal and we're very close to the camera, probably about half a meter away. And I'm going to walk into my garden and see how long we get signal for. So I'm expecting this to break up really quickly, but we'll see how far away I can get. Let's position the camera so I'm a bit easier to see. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm just using the remote at the moment. I'm going to try one of the gestures to see if I can get the AI tracking to work. So I'm just going to make sure I'm looking at the instructions correctly. I'm going to try this now. Okay, so it's locked onto my head straight away. That's pretty cool. It seems very fast as well. Let's see if we can stop it. Okay, so the AI tracking has stopped. Let's try again. I've just noticed that the light at the top also changes color up here. So you see this LED? This seems to change color when the AI tracking is on. So let's try this again. So AI tracking is on. It also engages really fast. It didn't seem like it needed any time to calibrate. So the light's gone green. I'm going to do the sign to stop the AI tracking. The light's gone red, so it's now turned off. Feels very intuitive. Let's try it third time just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. So we've got it on again. This is super fast. I'm actually going to try get up and see how well it follows me. Okay, that is really quite impressive. Definitely think that's one of the best AI tracking I've seen on one of these gimbals. I haven't used a ton of them, but it engages really fast and tracks me really well.
So I've got my smartphone in the gimbal right now. I'm using my front-facing camera. I don't have AI tracking on yet. We'll test that in a minute. I've also got the preview on the screen. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. It's also quite windy and I'm not wearing my microphone at the moment, so hopefully you can actually hear me okay. But I've got it in the point of view mode right now, I believe. So as I'm turning with my hand, the camera is adjusting. And then you can hold the trigger, which will lock the camera, and I can turn my hand, which you can't see right now. But I can also adjust using the joystick up and down. So I can adjust this on the fly as well. Let's try and enable AI tracking. So as I move the camera, you can see if I move it without AI tracking on, it's pretty slow and it's not keeping me in frame very well. So let's go ahead and put the AI tracking on. Let me make sure I'm a good distance. So I'm going to hold on my face on the screen. Okay, now it should be turned on. So you can see as I'm panning the camera around, it's keeping me in frame a lot better. It's not perfect, but it is doing a better job than if I don't have AI tracking turned on. It doesn't seem to be working as well as when I tested it at home. Depending whether I've shown that part yet, you might not have seen it. But it definitely makes the tracking more smoothing, it makes it more smooth, I should say, having the AI tracking on. So I remember when I first got this gimbal, I was thinking to myself, would there really be many situations I would actually use the AI tracking? You know, is it more of a gimmick? But I think if you're walking along like I am now, and you don't really want to keep your arm in like the same spot the entire time, so maybe I want to switch hands and move over to the other side, it is going to speed up how quickly the camera pans to you and picks you up. Now, one thing you do have to bear in mind though is this is using the camera on top of the gimbal to AI track me. It's not using, you know, software in the app and using my phone's camera. So there may be like a little bit of discrepancy of it actually keeping you in frame to what your camera's seeing. Because as I said, it's not using your phone's camera, it's using the camera on the gimbal. But it does seem pretty similar when I look at the controller's screen to what my camera is seeing. I don't know if you'll be able to even see this, probably not. It looks pretty similar to what my camera is seeing. It's actually probably wider. It's a wider field of view on the gimbal camera. So that's probably going to help keep, you know, most cameras in frame, unless you're filming like a telephoto shot where you're zoomed in, or maybe you're doing like a really ultra wide shot. But hopefully this gives you an idea of, you know, what kind of quality you could get if you wanted to do like a video like I am now, just rambling into the camera and walking along, what type of stabilization you'll get. And I'm not really doing a great job here of keeping the whole of my head in frame. This camera is not the camera, the gimbal. Half asleep today. The gimbal, I would say it's like medium heavy, and when you add in my Galaxy S24 Ultra, which is quite a heavy phone as well. To hold this gimbal for like long periods of time, like I am now, arm's length, I feel like I need to switch arms pretty frequently. So if you're going to be using this as like a point of view gimbal selfie kind of deal, your arm might get tired quite quickly, depending if you do this often and you've got some really good muscle memory built up. But I definitely think that AI tracking is really useful in this aspect. I wasn't really expecting it to work quite as well here. Let's try and be more extreme. So I'm gonna like pan all the way around. Yeah, that seems like it's keeping me in shot pretty well.
So what are my final thoughts on this product? Well, overall, I've had a very good experience with it, but my recommendation would be don't make a decision on this product based solely on my video. Please watch some more reviews. I'll try and link some down below of ones that I recommend. As I said earlier, I'm not really that up to date on gimbals, as I haven't really reviewed many of them yet and I don't use them very often. So you should definitely get a second opinion before you decide on purchasing this product or not. But for the price that they're charging, I feel like this does have a very high-end feel, so it does kind of match that price tag. I feel like the price could be a little bit more competitive, but that really nice remote control that you get and the overall premium feel of the gimbal does seem very nice. And I did find the overall features worked pretty well. You saw I had some issues with the AI gimbal, but overall from my testing I did find it worked really well, and I definitely could see it being useful in quite a few different situations.
So that brings us to the end of the video. I hope this has been helpful to you in deciding if maybe this product is for you or not. There are definitely some more in-depth videos on this product, and I will link some recommendations down below for you to watch. I really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you'd like to support my channel and purchase this product, you can find a link down below. And if you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing for more videos like this one. And of course, I will see you in the next one.